Hey everyone, it's Sarah from Peace, Love, and Stitches. This is video number 25. Video 25. It is August 18th, 2024, and it is 9:40 in the morning. It's exciting. So I have some really exciting stuff to show you. I've got to actually pull a lot of it. So there's something very exciting right here. I'm super excited about it. And I know I just said excited like a million jillion times. 1, 2, 3. I worked on 4 things, didn't I? I did. Here we go. No. Well, yes. Yes, I did. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness, I can't count. Okay. So I worked on 4 projects so far, and one of which is going to be put away because I completed up to the 5%, since I'm still kind of doing the 5% by 25 with everybody. I have quite a few projects though on there. I can actually show you. I have them in my spinning wheel to know which ones to pick. I did not complete the 5% on Mini Top Frog, which had been out for a while, and since I wasn't wanting to pick it up, I just put it away. Let me get my stylus because this thing works better with my stylus. So I have, I think, 17 options on this wheel. Yes, I have 17 options on my get to 5% wheel. I have taken some off because I've completed them, but I've added back Mini Top Frog and I added a new one. Shame on me for adding a whole new project. But I'm not looking for any of these things to actually, I'm not looking for all 17 to get up to 25% or up to 5%. That would be insane. So as we all know, like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, like, you can see how many projects are in, if you ever put them onto your, like, your decision wheels. So I have 3 wheels, like, that I can choose from right now, because I have the get to 5%, which is like 1 step up, and then I have my non-full coverage, and I have full coverage. So this is where it gets scary. Since my get to 5% is basically all from full coverage, I have 57. Scratch that. I have to add one, I think. I gotta look at it. Let me make sure, because I think I had some stuff. Oh, I did have it on here. Okay. I have 57 options on my full coverage project list. Of course, I have 1, 2, 3. I think I have 3 of them that aren't. No, 4, 5. Looks like 5 of them are not started, so I technically have 52. Yeah, looks like 52, which is still a lot. So I have 5 that are not, that are new starts that are on there, which I should move them and put them on a new start wheel, because that would be actually really more fun if I did a new start wheel and had all those on there, and then it would be more accurate. So I've got 52 full coverage pieces right now, and then I have 34 non-full coverage options, but some of those aren't started either. So let's see. What isn't started on here? Let's see. Oh, there they come. That's not necessarily full coverage, but it could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, what is 34 minus 8? I don't know. 20. Is it 20? 26? I'm not good at math. Don't ask. 26. Oh, I was right. Okay. I'm better at math than I thought I was. So I have 26 non-full coverages and 52 full coverages right now. So I have 78 projects. 79. Because I don't have the hate Sal on my list. Oh boy. Or the Pride and Prejudice Sal. So 80? Okay, we're going to round it up to about 82 because there might be a couple hit or miss there. So I have at least 82 projects that are started right now. Mind blown. And I have tons of things that I want to start anyway. Oh well. But that's okay. I mean, there are some people that have like 300 whips and they're doing just fine. Anywho, back to the cross-stitching things that I have done. So I have worked on 4 projects. One is going to be put away because it reached 5% and I'm going to swap it out for something else, which I need to pause so I can go grab it. Alright. Now, I hope that wasn't, yeah, it wasn't going. Okay, good. Whew, that's close. So I grabbed that. Alright. So 4 whips. One is going to be put away, and the next one that I've pulled is coming out to take its place. So let's get started. I can clear out my messages on there. Alrighty. So the one that has reached 5%. Come on. Back out again. Is Bloodhound. I'm not certain where I was last time. That you saw it, but this is where it is. So y'all know I had to fix a top bit there. And I know I've added in some of the yellows and the red, and I probably brought that black down a little bit. The Bloodhound is currently seated at 5.18, and that puts me at 3,746 stitches. I added to it, honestly, not that much. My tablet's being slow. 302. I had 2 days of stitching on it. And I only added 399 stitches. You were correct. I said 399. Yeah, I should have done an extra stitch and just made it 400, but do we do that? No. It is stitched 2/110 stitch on a 25 count. If you're curious what it looks like, this is what it will look like. Oh, maybe I should turn the brightness down just a wee bit. We can turn it back up, that might help. There you go, you can see it now. Oh. What the devil? Okay. There we go. That is what it's gonna look like. It's adorable. It has the same eyeballs that my dog has. Completely different breed. It's my dog's a Basset Shepherd, but the face looks the same, so that's why I wound up. I'm like, it reminds me of a dog. So I had a counting error at the top for whatever reason. This is my first artisty pattern. I don't remember who the artist is. Maybe I can find out real fast. Dean Russo. There it is. And I did not. They're hard for me to count. To follow their pattern a little bit, because like the top row and the side row, and I think the other side, the very end bits, they don't go all the way to the 100 stitch block. So it's the first blocks are really short. They're smaller than 100, and it's hard to follow when it's not a full 100. So I wound up being off by an entire row at the top, but I think I've since then fixed it. I was gridding this fabric, and now I'm not really gridding it anymore. So that's what the green, if you can see it. I don't know if you can. There's green dots there at the bottom where I was marking out like the 10 by 10 area for stuff, but I just now I'm just kind of counting off of my stitching, which is dangerous for those of you who know. Because if you make one little counting error, you're screwed. But that one has reached its 5%, so it is going back into the bins. The new one that is going to take its place is Mini Boho Seaside View. Where'd it go? Got a lot of things in my pattern keeper here. It is artwork by Amy Stewart, and it is a Heaven and Earth design. Tilt. There it goes. That is what it will look like. I have not stitched on it yet, so it is still pre-stitching for me. This one is on, I can't remember if this is on a 28 count. I think this is a 28 count. So this one is, I think, a 28 count. It is 1/1 full cross, which I don't generally do much of anymore. There are some projects that I do that way, but then others I don't. It's seated at 3.47% right now, so this is where it's at. As you can see, I was working this in what they call the Royal Rose method. I don't stitch that way anymore. I'm sorry. I don't really park that much anymore, so this one might just be fun to start going through the parked threads for me, since I have kind of converted myself over to cross country and really enjoying a certain particular way of stitching, which is weird. So that one will hopefully reach its 5% either this month or next month. And then we'll spin a wheel and pick a new one to replace it. The next one I have is Healing Rose, Ornament Healing Rose, which is also a Heaven and Earth design. It is a color expansion, and it's by artwork by Carol Kavlaris. It is at 4.95%. So this one's almost at 5%, which could come off the wheel, but I kind of like, have been wanting to keep it out. So I made a goal to put it up to 10%, but will I do that? I don't know. I'm undecided. This is what it's going to look like. This is my first time working on an ornament size piece. This is where it is. I've added in that pink, the brighter pink here. And I think there's, yeah, I think that was what it was. The brighter pinkish stuff there is what I added in. I did 324 stitches on it. So not a huge amount, but enough. Of course, this is the top, one of the top borders of it. I think it is the top, actually, the top middle area. So we're just kind of picking a color and then just running with it and going. This one's on 32 count and it's 1/110 stitch. So I mean, it's not like, that's the whole piece of fabric. It's not big, but it's just, when it's got so many colors, it's hard to figure out where to go and where you want to go. So I'm just kind of stitching around in my hoop, anything that I can reach in my hoop. As much as I would love to just kind of page by page it, but it's not really a page by page thing. However, I might change that because I really just, I feel like I need a more designated area kind of thing. But so far, that's where we're at with that one. And then I've had a new start, which I started yesterday on August 17th. This one is actually just for a little celebratory thing. I've had this fabric cut forever, is what it feels like. So this is Puppies on a Shelf by Adrian Chesterman, and it's Pain-Free Crafts. I believe it's retired. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. All the puppies. I love puppies. And it is stitched on 32 count 1/110 stitch. And I put in 1,025 stitches on it so far. So there you go. I don't know if you guys can see my little, like, those little green dots. I've pinpricked out 3 pages so far. They're pages from this pattern, and it's only 3,500 stitches. And right now, this is going to be a little bit of a focus for the rest of this month and next month, because I completed part 3 of my hate sal, and I've completed it an entire month early. And I don't know how to feel about that. I was behind, you, as you know. I was a bit behind, to be honest, from part 1 and part 2, because I didn't complete part 1 before part 2 came out, and then I didn't complete part 2 before part 3 came out. So I was a little behind, and now I'm all caught up, and I have a whole month to work on something else. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, because it's weird. And so I decided in celebratory-ness that I've caught up on my sal that I would start a new project that I already had the fabric cut for, which happens to be this one. And I'm kind of working it the same way as the hate sal, so taking 3 pages and just running with it. The fun part about it is that because I stitch my hate sal 1,000 stitches each weekend day, so Saturday, Sunday get 1,000 stitches, which makes it 2,000 stitches a weekend. I should have all 3 of these pages done before the next part comes out. Because if I stuck page by page this weekend, I would almost have page 1 already done. Just in this weekend alone. But I'm working across the 3 as a whole, so I'm hoping to see great progress on this and have these 3 little bitties completed, and maybe part of another one. We'll see. Because I wasn't sure I was going to get 1,000 stitches in it yesterday, since I did 837 to complete my Haidsow. I am so excited about that. I cannot wait to see it all the way done. And there's only, from what I calculated, there's only 4,800 stitches left for the sow from my project. I'm excited about that. But anywho, this is where I'm at. I've already completed one color. I don't know if you can tell. It's 2 colors. I've got black and green right now. So I've already completed 1 color across all 3 pages. Yay me! That was exciting. So yeah, I just don't know how I don't know how it just works out. So I've kind of decided to well, I'll talk about it in a little bit. So for the big piece that you've probably all been waiting to hear about, the Haidsow, which is Rainbow Dragon by Sheena Pike, which is retired. And so I have stitched this month. I completed 4,902 stitches, which completed part 3. So all parts 1 through 3 are completed. This is completely up to date. I don't really need to show you a picture of what it's going to look like because it's basically done at this point. She's basically completed. So all that's left are 3 partial pages, which is so neat. I cannot believe that is all that is left. I'm really hoping this grabs for a screenshot. This one is 2 over 1/10 stitch on 28 count, hence why it's so simple to get 1,000 stitches in over the weekend. I have nothing bad to say about this. I cannot believe that it's almost done. So part 3 was this little partial here. I think it was the rest of her eye and over there kind of area. So I have probably about there, I think. So I've definitely made it to be able to get to all the patterns from the sow, because I've definitely completed 4 full pages. And all I have left is just this little bitty bit right there, and then it will be done. So once part 4 comes out, and I stitch it, because there's only 2,800 or 4,800 stitches, that's literally 2 weekends, technically 3 weekends, like this month. It's only 3 weekends, 3.5 weekends actually, or 2.5 weekends. There's only 2.5 weekends. So I don't know what I'm going to do when it's done. Well, I know what I'm going to do when it's done. I'm going to celebrate when it's done. But I can't stop looking at her. She's so gorgeous. She's just so pretty. She's so pretty. I could not have picked a better piece to have done for this, to be honest, for me. I haven't lost interest in it at all. I haven't lost any interest in this at all, which has been fantastic for this whole thing. It's been awesome. So Puppies on a Shelf was started because I had completed this, and I'm working Puppies on a Shelf the same way as the Haidsow has been being worked, because I have enjoyed doing that so much, and the way that it works. So they, if you are not part of the Paid Sal, they made each, as far as I know, they made each pattern 12 pages. It would have to be 12 pages for it to work. So you got 3 pages per quarter. So it goes from the top left corner to the right, is how they basically took it, was just pages starting at page 1 and just going that way. And they did count partials into their parts as their 1 page. So even though you had to complete 4 full-size pages, the partials did not count towards that reward. But they did count in their page groupings for their parts, if that makes sense. So I just kind of started looking at all my full coverages this way, because I think it's kind of amazing that essentially the way it works is it's just like a page, you're completing a page a month, but it's not like I guess it's more like a mind game, because you're taking just that page a month and multiplying it by 3, so 3 pages across 3 months, so that way you're not strictly like, okay, I gotta finish this page in this month. You just stretched out your goal, but your brain looks at it and goes, oh, I can handle that, because now I have 3 months to complete this section instead of a whole month to like feel so jittery that I gotta get it done kind of thing. Now you can just take your time and look at the whole section as a thing to complete, and you have 3 months to do it. And I was like, my brain was just like, yes, this works, because it was like taking the stress of getting a goal done and just like, it's now not straight up like right in my face. It's like, oh, it's leisurely, it's great. So what if I got a little behind? I still had plenty of time to complete this, and as you have seen, I fell behind, but now I'm caught up, because I just kind of kept with it and worked on stuff and kept doing 1,000 stitches every weekend, or every Saturday and Sunday. So I was doing 2,000 stitches a weekend, and I caught up. My brain went and exploded with the fact that I could do this on a lot of my full coverages every year and just go pick one that I wanted to focus on, and then section out my 3 pages for that first 3 months and make that my part 1. So I could do my own sales every year and get either really good progress on a larger piece or almost finish another piece in a year, depending on which project I pick. I could either have some of my QSs done in that year and still be able to start and still be able to work and focus on something else, or almost finish some minis in like a year and a quarter of a year, get really decent progress on some of my regular sizes, which might take anywhere from 1.5 to 2 years to complete doing it this way. Some of my big ones, it would put like a huge dent in, because it would be 12 pages in a year, if not more. Some of the smaller page companies can get, I kind of think it would work out to get like 4 pages in a quarter. So if you're adding an extra page a quarter, you're getting more than just 12. You get 4, 8, 12. You can get 18, because if you've got, then you have 4 more. Yeah, it would be, no, 16. It would be 16 pages in the year. I could count. I can count. Yeah, you'd get 16 pages in the year for some of the smaller ones, and that would counteract that they have smaller pages from the company. So that could really, like, there's so much progress that could happen. So what I was thinking, what I did is I went through my my full coverage spinning wheel, and I spun it, and my next year focus piece is going to be my fan art of Rourke and Eve Dallas, which I've already completed my 2 pages on because, as we know, I've taken out some of this white backgroundy stuff. So I'm going to be working on Rourke and Eve next year and doing the 3-page parts. So in doing that, because I've finished 2 pages on it already, so I will have 1, 2, and my third, my very end partial page is going to be really, really small, so I think what I'm going to do is count that in with 2 pages. So it's going to be 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. By the end of the year, I will only have about 2 whole pages and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 full pages and 5 partials to do before I will have completed Rourke and Eve. Now, that's not to say that I might actually be able to get more than that done and it just be 2 full pages and 3 partials, because I just have to see where and what, because my pages aren't, some of my pages aren't actually full because they are, because I've already taken out a lot of the white. But I would almost have Rourke and Eve done this next year, by the end of next year. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And since I had my non-full coverage kind of focus of my Pride and Prejudice style this year, which is not really, I didn't work on it yet this month. Sad face. If I get it roughly done, I would love to have it completed this year, but I don't think that's going to happen. If I don't, I may just move it over to next year, unless I decide otherwise. I kind of picked a non-full coverage focus piece, which would be Phoenix Queen, which I don't think I have a picture of right now. Maybe I can find it. Phoenix Queen is a she's a Bella Filipina. Oh, there she is. Alright. Phoenix Queen is a Bella Filipina that looks like, oh goodness, that was way too bright for y'all. She looks like that. Of course, my fabric is a dark navy blue. I don't have her started, but I have all of her stuff. So I'm just undecided if I want to start her and kind of focus on her as a non-full coverage focus during the year, or if I want to keep going with my Pride and Prejudice, or pick something else that might go in. Of course, I'll throw in a few extra things here and there during the year, not necessarily new starts. Of course, I think I'm onto something with the whole new start idea. because I mean I might have some new starts. I just don't know yet how I want to do it. I am gonna have a New Year new start. I've already picked that. I just have to get the fabric for that. But I don't know. I just don't know how I want to do everything yet. Because I just have so much stuff right now that I don't know how I want to do it. So, that being said, because I have a lot of things that I would like to get fabric for, so I can have it where I can start it, I'm just not sure what I want to do yet, or how I want to do it. Because I have a lot of patterns, and I'd love to just start some and, you know, just have them to either have them go in just so that they can get going, or any of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I've got to reiterate a little, like redefine what I'm going to do as far as plans, but I know my full coverage focus is definitely going to be work, and I cannot wait. Cannot wait. And I know what you guys are thinking. Why didn't you pick one of the ones that you have most of the way done already, like Mickey and Minnie? It was like 60-something% done. Well, because I just think it would be more fun to do one that is not most of the way done. Even though I could finish that one, and I could easily have that one finished, because I think I've only got like 10 pages left on that one. So I could easily get Mickey and Minnie done, and then I could go into something else. And it would be great to do that with some of those. And some of the small ones were definitely contenders, because I could have one and finish it, and then do another one. So we're still kind of... But I wanted to work on one of the bigger ones and get that one the whole year and see where I get with this method with one of the bigger ones. Because for me, if one of the bigger ones, because the small ones to me, the small ones would be easy to pick because you'd almost be done by the end of the year, which is a great thing. But I just wanted to see what I could do with one of the bigger ones. Was Rourke and Eve like the best choice of big one to pick? Probably not, because I mean I could easily sat and chose like my supersize. But I tried a year of like trying to work on that for a while, and that was a tough one. I was trying to do about a page a month on that, and that was really rough for me. Of course, I had a lot of things going on during that year, and a lot of stuff happened, and I just kind of put it away. And it is at 6%. So, isn't it? No, I'm curious. Is my supersize at 6%? Let's take a peek. Let's take us a wee little peek while we discuss this. There it is. Okay. It's almost at 7%. What did I do? It's almost at 7%. It's got 6 pages done. That's what it was. That was the 6. Okay. So my brain is like, I could only imagine what it's like completing 12 pages on this. And I even did some math, because my supersize was almost a contender for the focus of the rest of this month and next month to get like roughly 12,000 stitches in on it, because we've done that. We did do that last month on the Hate Sale. I definitely got almost 12,000 stitches on it, which was crazy. Because there were a couple weeks where I got 3,000 stitches on it, but I had extra days. Anywho, that one was definitely a big almost twice because 12,000 extra stitches into my supersized was going to give me 2% more. So it was going to put me up to 8 something. And yes, I literally went through and added 12,000 stitches to all of my stitch counts just to see what percentage I was going to put something at, to see which project I wanted to focus on. And then I just ultimately was like, well, we'll just start with a new start. I shouldn't have done it, but I feel good about it. So once my brain was like, yeah, we're going to start that. We're going to take one of those new starts and we're going to do that. It was like, I could feel it in my heart that I was like, this is the right place to be. And so I felt good about the new start, so I started it. I looked at doing my big piece, my 1,000,000 stitch piece on the 40 count for that focus period. But while that was like a cool idea, I didn't want, because I have to bring out a whole thing, because I've got to bring out my desk, I've got to attach my magnifier to it, and then I can stitch that way, because I have to use a magnifying glass on anything above 32 count, because I just can't see. So 36 count projects, which I think I have one, I don't know, maybe I don't have 36, I might have a 40 count 1/2, but I still have to, that aside, I still have to bring out my magnifier for anything above 32 count. I can see the 32 count, which is weird. But I think that, I mean, I totally should be bringing out the magnifier for the 32 counts. I just don't want to. I don't want to, and I don't have the proper, like, place to set it up to where I can clamp on the magnifier vest, except for my lap desk. And that's a whole ordeal, because then I've got to plug in the lap desk, and plugging in the lap desk so that the USB ports on the lap desk work, so I can plug in the magnifying glass. It's a whole ordeal. I should be bringing out the magnifier for the 32 counts, but I can see the 32 counts without it. So while I can do that, and it's actually okay with my eyes, we're doing that. But I felt good about the new start. So the new start happened. You know, I need to go through my charts, because I've got some loaded into my pattern keeper that I would like to start that I haven't, and I need to make a new start wheel with all of those on there. So I think that's what I'm going to do today, and hopefully this evening I'll work on my puppy shelf. I am going to see a movie today with a friend, so that's exciting. I haven't gone out with anybody in a long time, even though I see her every day because I work with her, so it's exciting. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Those are sort of semi-plans for next year, is definitely having the full coverage piece, and we're going to throw in some extra stuff, like kind of like what we're doing now, with like the 5% marks on some other stuff, so that way it'll get worked on, because my full coverage focus is mainly stitched on just the weekends, and then we just kind of go the rest of the week, kind of gets stitching on little things here and there, because I will mainly only get about 100 to 200 stitches on stuff on days during the week, if that, because sometimes I will maybe only stitch one day during the week. It just depends on how tired I am and how much I have to do when I get home. So normally working 8 hours a day and then coming home, eat dinner, you get your shower, and then it's just like, I'm done. That's how it's been, even though I've kind of here and there figured out little bits. So as we progress into figuring it out, granted, if you are in the the South Carolina area and you are in the Ainsley, Greenville, upstate area, October 5th is Customer Appreciation Day at my job. They have samples, they will have coffee, they will have breakfast, I believe. They've done this 2 years, the 2 years in a row that I've been there as a customer, but I get to work this one. So since I'm an employee now, I get to work this one. If you guys are seeing this, no, it's not an engagement ring. I'm not engaged. That's not happening. This is on my right hand. And these are actually rings out of a bath bomb, so no. Not engaged. It's not happening. Anywho. It is Customer Appreciation Day is October 5th, which is the first Saturday in October. It's gonna be mayhem, it's gonna be busy. Please come see us if you are there. If you are around, please come see us. Because it's a cool place to be. It's really a fun place to work, and it'll be showcasing and giving sample. They do a lot of stuff. They generally have breakfast. The past 2 times I've been there, they've been biscuits. So they will do like ham, sausage, and bacon, I think is what it is, biscuits. Last year they had fried apples. They had samples of the chicken salads that we offer in our deli. I think there was tomato slices last year. The last 2 years there's been one of the local dairies that have come in, and he had samples of the milk. He had little pints. I think he had regular raw milk, chocolate milk, and I think he had strawberry one year. Got chocolate milk last year. Let me tell you what. This local dairy has the A2 cows, and if you have like lactose intolerance or any digestive problems with dairy, you can drink this milk. I've been lactose intolerant since I was a teenager, and I drink this milk without any problems, no cramps, no bloating, no nothing. So you can drink this milk comfortably and not feel bad about it. So there's going to be a local dairy. The last couple times the pudding company has been there and did samples of the pudding that we sell in mason jars that comes once a week, that I think I've showed you guys in my Instagram, the pudding. So there's that. They usually have coffee if there's a seasonal coffee. Last year they did toasted marshmallow, which was phenomenal. I think that's what I'm drinking now because I still have some from when I bought it last year. But they do usually brew Weston Coffee, which is a local coffee brewer. I'm trying to think of what else. They have the past couple times had samples of some of the jams that we sell. Last year was the Christmas jam is one that I tried, and the year before that was blueberry jam, and they are both so good. They have had one of the times they did barbecue samples, because there was like a company that we use that must be local to us that makes barbecue sauce, and they had some samples of that to try, and that was pretty good. There's just a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of stuff, and it's complete and utter mayhem that whole time. It's super busy, and just people everywhere. Like you're like sheep in a pasture. It's crazy. Oh, I keep knocking that down. It is crazy, but it's really neat. So yeah, they should have all their fall plants in by that time. Since I know we just got some fall vegetables in, which is pretty cool. They'll have their fall plants in outside, so the garden center, which is where we set up the whole like breakfast everything, will be out there. And then of course you'll be able to shop inside. And it is so neat. So neat. But yes, that is October 5th. I can't remember the times. I think it usually starts about 9, since the store opens at 8. I think it starts at 9 to give us like that hour to start setting up stuff. I honestly hope I get to be outside serving you guys, because I would love to do that. That would be my utmost favoriteest thing to do. And I can't wait. Cannot wait. Oh, fun fact. The Disney fans. This says I don't do mornings. I know it's backwards. It's a grumpy. That's my coffee cup. Is Snow White my favorite? No, but he's my favorite dwarf, so just it counts. My Disney cup. But I just wanted to share that about my job with you guys. So if you are anywhere in the Carolina, even if you're in North Carolina, you can drive down to see us. We get that a lot. But yeah, please come if you are in the area of Greenville, Easley, Pickens, anywhere in South Carolina. If you want to drive up to see us, please come. It is Winslow's Produce Market. They do have a Facebook group. If you want to go follow them, please do. See what we're all about. It's so neat. And you might see me there. I'll be working, but you'll see a lot of people, and it's a really, really fun place to work. I absolutely love it. So please, if you're in the area, come see us on October 5th. If you're in the area and you want to come before then, please do. Come see the store. Just come have a look around. It is an awesome little place. But I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Since I don't really have anything to show you, I showed you all the stitching. I've talked about my plans for next year. I've kind of been trying to figure out my goals for next month a little bit. And the only one so far that I've got up in my planner is literally puppy shelf. And I've got my puppy shelf like weekend count already planned out. From what it looks like, my stitching picks that I've kind of got, so my planner has these little note sides here, and it gives you like a little to-do list. It gives you a to-do list, which I just fill in projects, and it's got goals, so I just kind of started doing that. And this is a reminder, which is where I put like a weekly count for a project. So I've just been kind of putting in what I've been working on recently, which was like, of course, the Hate Sal's not in there next month, which is super weird. So next month is got Puppy Shelf, Pride and Prejudice, my Darth Vader kit that I kind of pull out here and there, the Boho Seaside, which I put that goal up at the... I was like, where did my case go? So I need to put that goal up there, my 5% on that. Something fell. And that's if I don't complete the 5% next month. Healing Rose, which we have the goal of 10% right now, but I don't know if I'm going to do that or if it's just going to go to the 5% and then we're going to mark it off and just pull out something else, because I'm feeling kind of like I'm about to that point where I'm done working on it. So if I complete 5% before, which I probably will, because I was really close from what I saw. Let's see, how close am I? we're still going. It's 55 minutes in. And I think I'm just rambling now. Let's see. Come on. Oh, yeah. 4.95%. Technically, I could just go ahead and be like, yeah, we're done with that. So I'm at the point where I kind of am feeling like I'm just not wanting to do any more on it because I've only pulled it out like 2 times so far this month. Whereas last month I pulled it out one. I felt like I pulled it out way more than 1 time last month. I don't know. I might have only logged it once. But I feel like I pulled it out more than that. Either way, it's only been like spotted like 1 to 2 times a month so far. Of course, if I work on it today and get it up to 5%, that would be 3 times, but it's just not, it's not showing up enough for me to keep it out. I'm not, it was grasping my attention there for a little bit, but now it's just kind of like I'm not really wanting to do it. So we're gonna go like this and change this goal over to 5%. So that way when it reaches 5%, we're gonna go ahead and stick it here. But I'm sure I'll reach that if I just work on it one more time. So actually, I don't even know why I'm putting that here, because I'm going to get it to 5%, and then we're just not going to have it next month, which is fine by me. So we can find something else to put in its place. I do have Catching Rays, which is my 1,000,000 stitch project. Even if I get 1 day on it, that still adds up. Because I did do on the start day, which was only 1 day, and that was last month, and I got 526, which only put me at 0.05%, but that was still 526 stitches, so anything counts for that. So I still have 2 spots where I could put something in for next month, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So I might leave those for the other 5% goals. Excuse me. For a couple other 5% goals, because I think I'm going to go ahead and take out Healing Rose out of my 5%. If I haven't already. We're going to see. Is it on here? Nope, it's already off. So, let me go ahead and spin it and see what else is going to come up. Technically, Puppies on a Shelf is going to get out. We're already doing that one. We're not going to do that one again, because we're already doing that one. That's already picked. It just picked the one that I picked for this month. So, sloth. Okay. So, mini sloth. And we're going to pick one more. Just to put another 5% goal. I'm not doing that. We didn't want to do that one yet. Top Frog is about to drive me nuts. Like, I love Top Frog, but no. Blue-eyed Stare. Alright. So that picks all that for next month. So that should be plenty of stuff anyway. I'm going to hop off of here and start uploading this video since it's almost an hour long, which is going to take it a while. We try not to do an hour, but I had a lot of rambly time and was picking some stuff, so we'll just go with that. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks, hopefully with a bit more progress on some stuff, maybe a bit more projects than 4 in 2 weeks, because that's kind of sad. Hopefully some goals will be finished, like we'll finish Rose and Seaside's goal. Maybe we'll have thrown in Pride and Prejudice a little bit. We'll see what we get. And hopefully we'll also have Puppy Shelf moved along. So this is exciting. I can't wait. But yeah, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And hopefully I'll have a lot more progress to show you. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.